The word natality is basically just another way of saying CBR. CBR, in case you forgot, is the total number of live births for every 1,000 people in the population. That means that if the CBR is 20, every year out of 1,000 people, there are 20 live births. Oftentimes, the CBR will match up with the NIR. The NIR is the natural increase rate. This means that the highest NIRs and CBRs are in sub-Saharan Africa, while the lowest are in Europe. The difference between natality and total fertility rate, or TFR, is that TFR predicts the future, while natality is more current. One way you can remember the definition of natality is the root word natal, which means relating to one's birth. Another way to remember natality's definition is that the neonatal unit of healthcare takes care of babies in critical condition. In 1980, the U.S. had a CBR of 16, and Djibouti had a CBR of 41. In 2010, the U.S. had a CBR of 13, and Djibouti had a CBR of 28. Based on this example, both CBRs dropped, but the developed country CBR remained lower than the developing country CBR. In 1980, the U.S. had a natality rate of 16, while France had a natality rate of 14. In 2010, both the U.S. and France had the same natality rate of 13. This example shows that developed countries tend to have lower CBRs that drop as time goes on. In 1980, Tanzania had a CBR of 47, and India had a CBR of 35. In 2010, Tanzania had a CBR of 41, and India had a CBR of 21. This example shows that even though the CBRs went down, it still wasn't as low as developed countries, where their CBRs range between 10 to 20. Question 1. What is the definition of natality? Question 1 answer. Natality is another way of saying CBR, which is the number of births per 1,000 people. Question 2. What is the difference between natality and TFR? Question 2 answer. TFR predicts the future, while natality is more current. Question number 3. Which type of country has a higher CBR, developed or developing? Question 3 answer. Developing countries have a higher CBR.